Hello बच्चों, so today we are going to start our fourth unit of digital electronics and we will start with digital to analog converters. So the first question is, why do we need digital to analog converter? So let's see. So suppose you have written a program to generate a triangular wave, okay, and you will run this program on the computer and you will see the result on the CRO because CRO is an analog device. You can see waveforms only on CRO. So now to transfer your program from computer to CRO, what will we require? We will require a digital to analog converter. You know that computer gives digital output and CRO receives only analog input. So we require a digital to analog converter here that will convert the digital input from computer and give it to CRO. Before giving it to CRO, it will convert it into analog. Okay, so it will work as an interface here. So this is the basic application or basic example of digital to analog converter. Now we will start with the topic. Now what is digital to analog converter? It is a circuit that converts n-bit binary signal to an analog output voltage. We know that digital input is in the form of bits 1 or 0. So you will apply your given data in the form of 1 or 0 and it will convert it into corresponding analog output voltage. Okay. Now how will you apply your digital input? So to apply the digital input, we require digitally controlled switches. Okay, through these switches input is applied to the converter. Now if your bit is 1, we set the switch to the 1 position, and if your input is 0, we off the switch. Okay, in this way we apply our digital input to the digital to analog converter. Now the analog output voltage for the given binary number is given as this. This is the basic formula. Okay, so output voltage will be equal to K, where K is a proportionality factor. We will see it later. And these are the bits, input binary bits, B0, B1, B2 and Bn minus 1. Now corresponding to these bits, you can see some binary weights are there. 2 raised to power 0, 2 raised to power 1, 2 raised to power 2 and so on. Why these weights are attached to these bits? We will see it later on. This is just the basic formula. You already know that if Bn is equal to 1, Bn will be equal to 1 for digital input 1 and it will be equal to 0 for digital input 0. Now we have two types of digital to analog converter. First is weighted resistor digital to analog and R2R ladder digital to analog. First we will cover weighted resistor digital to analog converter. Now this is the circuit of weighted resistor digital to analog converter. So here you can see that these are the digital switches which I was talking about, and these switches are single pole double throw switches. Single pole double throw switches. Why single pole? You can see there is a single pole which can be thrown to two positions, either 1 or 0. Okay, that is why it is called single pole double throw switches. With the help of these switches, we apply digital input to the circuit. Now here you can see for 1, all these ones are connected to V1. Okay, this will be the voltage corresponding to bit 1. And all the zeros are connected to V0. This is voltage corresponding to bit 0. We can have different values for these two voltages. Okay, so here you can see we have assigned this position to MSB. Okay, and this as LSB. Now you already know when your MSB is 1, suppose you have number 1, 0 and 0. Okay, so this is your MSB and this is your LSB. Now if your MSB is 1, this number will be bigger than the number which has 1 at the LSB position. If there is 1 at the LSB position, this number is small. This is decimal 1. And if there is 1 at the MSB position, this is 4, decimal 4. So this number is bigger than this number. So for the MSB, it means you require lot of current. The current for the MSB position should be high as compared to LSB position. Okay, so what we do here, to have large current for MSB, we should have lower value of resistance, right? If the resistance is low, only then you can have large current. So we connect value of resistance R here, okay? And at the place of LSB, what we do, we increase the weight of the resistance, we increase the value of the resistance so that less current flows through it, okay? So by connecting different values of resistance, we can have different values of current for different bits, okay? You already know that in binary numbers, the LSB has this weight, 2 raised to power 0. Next, 2 raised to power 1, 2 raised to power 2, and so on. These binary numbers has weights, okay? So here also, we have connected the resistance according to the binary weights. You can see here 2 raised to power 0 weight for the first resistor corresponding to MSB. Next resistor is 2 raised to power 1, 2R. For next digit we have 2 raised to power 2, 4R, and so on up to 2 raised to power n minus 1R, where this capital N is your maximum number of bits. If the maximum number of bit is 3, so it will be 2 raised to power 3 minus 1, means it will be 4R, okay? So in this way we have connected the different values of resistance here. That is why its name is weighted resistor, means all the resistors have different weights corresponding to different position of binary number, okay? Now these current corresponding to each bit will be fed to this summing amplifier. This summing amplifier will add all these currents. So we are getting I here, which is equivalent to summation of all these currents, okay? Now this current will divide into two branches. The first current is II and IF, and you already know that input impedance of the op-amp is very high. Because of high input impedance, this current value will be very low, so we can neglect it, and all the current will flow towards the feedback branch, okay, IF. So from here you can get your output voltage. Now we will see how we will get the output voltage. I have already explained you all these things. Now here you can see one more thing, that for bit 1 we have applied V1 and for bit 0 we have applied V0, okay? So here we can see that we had the total current I, which was II plus IF, and I is very negligible, so I will be approximately equal to IF, and I value will be equivalent to IN minus 1, IN minus 2, all the currents, okay? Here you can see I value will be equal to IN minus 1, IN minus 2, N minus 3, and so on up to I naught. So we have written it here in the form of expression up to I naught, okay? Now what will be the value of these currents? The value of IN minus 1 will be equal to Vn minus 1 upon R. You already know that the value of current is equal to value of this current will be equal to voltage applied here, okay, upon the resistance. So current value is V upon R. That is why we are writing here current IN minus 1 as Vn minus 1 upon R. Next current will be Vn minus 2 upon 2R, and so on up to I naught, okay? And the value of Vn will depend upon the binary input. If binary input is 1, we will apply V1 voltage, and binary input is 0, we will apply V0 voltage, okay? Now we will get final output like this at the output of the summing amplifier. So all the voltages will be added at the output of the amplifier, okay? And as you already know that this amplifier also has a feedback ratio. RF is feedback resistor upon this resistor. So you can see in this equation that RF by R1 for the first bit, RF by R1 for the first bit into bit position. If bit is 1, then this value will be considered. If bit is 0, then this value will become 0 only. Okay, we won't get any voltage corresponding to that bit which value is 0. Okay, now for the next current we have value RF by 2R. From here RF by 2R into second bit Bn minus 2. It could be 1 also, it could be 0 also, and so on. And for the last LSB, you can see in the diagram also, we have RF upon 2 raised to power n minus 1 into R. 2 raised to power n minus 1 into R into the bit. And this voltage, what is this voltage? This is this reference voltage. It can be V1, it can be V0. So this is our reference voltage, which could be 1 also and 0 also. So if bit is 0, then all this term will become 0, and if bit is 1, it will be multiplied to reference voltage. Okay, I hope this is clear to you now. This is the final output that you will get corresponding to your digital input. Now from here we can find out the proportionality factor. You can see that some resistance values are fixed here. RF will be fixed and R values, the weighted resistor value, will be fixed. So we can write our proportionality factor as K is equal to RF by 2 raised to power n minus 1 by R into reference voltage. This is our proportionality factor. Okay. Now what is the disadvantage of weighted resistor digital to analog converter? The first disadvantage is that you require a large number of resistance for this. As you can see, as the number of bits increase in the input, the weight of the resistor also increase. And suppose if you are designing an 8-bit digital to analog converter, then you will require different 8 resistors. Okay, and it is very difficult to find, and it is very difficult to fabricate the circuit with so many different resistance values. Okay, and when you fabricate this circuit in the form of a monolithic IC, then it becomes very difficult to design this circuit with so many different resistors. Okay, so this is its disadvantage. And second disadvantage is that accuracy and stability of this circuit depends entirely on the resistors. So if suppose with the time, temperature and other atmospheric condition changes, then the output of this circuit will also change because of the change in the resistance value. Okay, so this is the disadvantage of this circuit, which will be removed in the next circuit, R2R ladder digital to analog converter circuit, that we will do in next lecture. Thank you so much.